In today's video, we're back for episode 2 of the road to 6K on Iracing, starting to get to grips with the simulator and starting to maximize performance, changing settings and really getting comfortable. With that being said, let's get into the first race at Snetterton 300. We are on track for our first race of today's video. We're in fact doing qualifying for the first race using the FIA F4 car around Snetterton 300. Following on from this race, we're going to be jumping into an F1600 race around Virginia International Raceway, the North Loop version, in fact.
And that pit lane's loud.
You'll be saying that the pit lane is quite loud, because it was quite loud having the alarms go past as we're doing our qualifying lap. Following on from the second race, we're going to be jumping into a third and final race back here at Snetterton 300 using the FIA F4 car again. To be honest, I've taken a bit of a break from the FIA F4 car and I kind of regret it. The car is so good to drive and I really enjoy it, especially around this track. Fun fact, I actually did 2 days of British F4 testing in an F4 car around this very circuit, with Zane Maloney being my teammate for those days back in 2019.
With Messi there, touched the inside curb.
And we came very close, actually, one phone call away from doing the opening round in British F4 at Brands Hatch the following weekend. For many reasons, didn't come off, but that's life. And yeah, very good memories as well. And I have some really nice photos of me driving the British F4 car around this track. But getting back to talking about the sim. This track is a lot about slipstreaming, is a lot about track positioning. There's basically no hills. The only time you have like a hill or an undulation change is going through the following corner after this right-hander called Bomb Hole. Yes, it is really called Bomb Hole, as you can see on the left-hand side. And yeah, it's a really flat track, but has so much character and life to it at the same time.
I lost a 10th. I know I'm offline.
One of my favourite tracks on the UK for sure. You can hear me getting offline though, losing about 0.3 of a second in this final sector.
Final sector was dog.
Alone, you hear me saying the final sector was dog, and it was.
Silly mistake for the strategy chat. Should put us P4? Nah, it's not going to put us that high. Probably without the mistake, we could have done a 0.0.
But you know what? For the lack of practice, I'll take it. And yeah, we only had about 15 minutes before that qualifying session as well, so it was good, considering. Oh, the lights are on. No idea how to start this car. And now lights coming on here at Snap 300. Lights out, and away we go. Oh, we cooked the start, and we absolutely flew off the start. I'm well happy with that start. It was absolute perfection, especially considering we did like one practice start before that race, so was really able to hook it up and get a very nice start. But now going defensive against a Williams livery to my left hand side, he looks around the outside into the hairpin. Cars ahead, locking up, going wide, side by side on the exit. The Williams is going to gain momentum to us though, and we're going to be stuck on the outside line. We open up the apex, go around the outside, leaving racing room on the inside, and carry the momentum round, getting back into our original grid position of P5, covering the inside line. Is that going to be enough? No, it's not going to be enough. The Williams still sends it down the inside, and now we're side by side on the exit.
Fair play. Bro sent it.
You'd hear me say, fair play, Bro sent it, and Bro did send it. But now we're going to be looking to send it all over the back of the Visa Cash App car. I think that's the 2025 livery, and a very beautiful car indeed. Now stuck right behind the wing. We're going to try and go for the switchback, but we make a mistake. We downshift the third.
Not ideal, snap of oversteer on entry.
And we shouldn't downshift the third. The downshift the third unsettled the rear of the car, and now compromise our exit. Now the Williams car is putting us under pressure down the back straight, but we luckily have the slipstream of the car ahead, meaning we can gain more speed, more momentum, more top speed down the straight and retake the position. Speaking about retaking positions though, he's made a mistake, and we're going to be going down the inside of the bomb hole, leaving space on the outside of the track. And now we are back, well, not back, we are actually up into P4 in this race. Critical that we nail this final apex of the lap though here in Murray's, and we do that, and we have now got a decent advantage to the car behind, what means we can be holding the track position going down to turn 1. That didn't last too long though, because they were all over the back of us already here on lap 2. And you can see just going a little bit defensive to the middle of the road to try and ensure that he doesn't have a sneaky look down the inside as we go to the hairpin. So much front grip on that corner. Moving late.
The lapper. Oh no!
Moving later onto the race, you can see a Lappers came out the pits.
That lapper is not making any friends.
I mean, yeah, he didn't really do anything wrong, to be honest. He just came out the pits ahead of us, but it was quite funny. And I don't think the car ahead was too amused because it cost him a lot of race time.
There's another lapper.
And there's another lapper up ahead, all over
on the grass. Okay, he got out of the way. He got out of the way. Fair play, fair play, fair play.
Yeah, to be honest, that was quite funny. Yeah, 2 lappers in a row. I don't think the car ahead was too happy because it definitely cost him a lot of race time versus us, and actually helped us.
That's my first off track.
As we get our first off track of the race. And yeah, helped us quite a lot. Now we're all over the back of Mac just ahead, going for P3 in this race. He's going to squeeze us.
All right, mate. Bit of a squeeze.
And you can see a bit of a squeeze as now we're going to run deep in turn 1, carrying too much speed.
Had to breathe in for that one. Oh, hello.
And you can see it going off the track. Luckily didn't get a slowdown penalty though, so was able to retain our P3 position. As you can see in the bottom right, it currently says P4, but because Iracing takes a lap to update, we have now officially taken P3, even if Time and Tower shows P4.
Man, I'm destroying the front tyre now.
You can see
I'm the one over pushing.
Over pushing that front right tyre, so we're going to need to neutralise that, work on that going forward, so we don't end up destroying the tyre, overheating it and losing time towards the end of the race. Now through the hairpin, love that corner. On the back straight, all over the bumps.
Bit scary.
You can see my face actually if you go back a few seconds in the video.
Let's see if he wants to battle. Oh no, he's bump drafting me.
Ooh. And he's going to be bump drafting me down the pit straight. Oh, well, not the pit straight. Down the back straight, he's going to be bump drafting me, trying to catch up to the back of Arthur. It's going to be quite a difficult task. He's 2.1 seconds ahead, as now is trying to push on to make that happen through the left-hander.
I need to be smoother on the power.
And you can already hear me doing my own driver feedback, trying to be smoother on the power so I don't overstress that front right tyre in the corners.
Wow, I'm driving like a real rookie right now.
And yeah, driving like a rookie, making a few mistakes, just getting used to the car, darting myself into the race, through turn 1 again.
To be honest, I prefer single-seaters though.
And yeah, some people in chat was asking me to do some GT racing. I don't really like the GT car, mainly because I'm not good at it, to be honest. I'm more better at the single-seaters and using downforce, so that's just more my driving style.
Don't know what one is P2.
But I'll definitely be interested in some GT prototypes going forward.
Oh! P2's at the back of this pack. We have a chance.
And now you can see there's some lappers actually getting in the way.
To be fair, I can't be mad at the lapper. So far, he's helped us more than he hurt us, to be fair, so... Not ideal from him, but...
Well, not getting in the way, in between us.
We are closer to Charlie than we were at the start of this, so... Oh! That's my fault.
I meant to say Arthur, because Arthur's the person that we're actually racing for track position, who's only 1.2 seconds up the road. So the lappers did help us close in all fairness to them.
I don't think they're going to let us pass, to be honest.
And to be fair, they don't need to. Since actually doing the race, in the moment, I didn't know the rulebook and the regulation on the blue flags. But as it turns out, the regulation in this series is they just have to not defend from you, and then they can keep their position and do what they want. And to be fair, they're not defending, so they can do what they want, and they're completely in the right and they're not wrong, to be honest. But I am going to make a mistake here, spoiler alert, and I am going to end up kind of hitting the back of Tyler. Sorry, Tyler.
Man.
Sorry, again. That could have ended badly.
That was probably more my fault. More my fault than his, but he also shouldn't really be there.
I mean, to be honest, he should be there because, as I found out after, he's completely entitled to not move from blue flag.
I don't know.
So.
Actually, if this series has the rule on the blue flag, I actually don't know, to be fair. So maybe he's not doing anything wrong.
You can instantly see I'm already reflecting on the situation to understand and not really put blame to people. I don't really want to be someone that just jumps instantly to blaming people and putting negativity or toxicity. So yeah, Tyler literally did nothing wrong. In fact, I was more in the wrong for hitting him, to be honest.
Bit of a shame we couldn't capitalise on the situation with... well,
basically with Arthur.
Arthur.
There we go. I finally got to my point in live comms.
Just going to try and bring the car home.
And you can hear me say, just going to try and bring the car home. Quite simply because we've got Mac behind us, who's only half a second away. We have a good slipstream. We do have a bit of front wing damage from when we hit
I just don't want to be vulnerable to Mac behind me, to be honest.
So just making sure we're not in a position that Mac can attack us and take the position on the final lap of the race. Up behind Tyler now, and he is going to let us pass.
But yeah, he's not fighting me, is he? He's not fighting me. He's just not jumping out of the way. So like I say, I don't know if they have the blue flag regulation on this series, so all I know, he's not doing anything wrong. And you can see, yeah, just saying he's not doing anything wrong even in live comps.
They just can't defend a block. Ah, I see. Okay, that's fair. And then in this moment, I get told the actual regulation by someone in the live chat. So thank you very much for them for informing me. And yeah, going to be able to come through the final corners to bring.
Then it was completely my fault for hitting him on the lap before then.
Fair play. And you can see me saying it's completely my fault for hitting him on the lap before. And you can see coming around the corner,
we can race together. If you want Iracing, for sure, why not?
To take home P3.
I'll take P3.
That was close.
Plus 29. Lovely jubbly.
Well, 26, not 29.
That's lovely. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
And gaining 26 iRating in that first race. Now moving on to F1600, my favourite car on the service.
Getting from the UK election. I get the same, but I just ignore it, to be honest.
A car that I was lucky enough to actually race in real life as well. Able to do, I think, 11 or 12 races in it, and able to win the rookie race 6 or 7 times. I can't remember exactly the numbers off the top of my head, but a car that I love, absolutely love. It's a proper old school with a H-pad and gear shift, clutch, 3 pedals, and sliding around, having to master mechanical grip. As you can see, we're really moving the car around in the braking zone, in the turn in, the throttle. Everywhere the car has to be moved and managed.
Pretty good so far.
Pretty good lap so far as well. 2 tenths up.
Didn't short shift this time either. That was better.
Referring to a mistake that I made on the previous lap where I accidentally short shift the 4th. You can see the car's twitching this way, that way, and moving around underneath us in the braking zone. Love it.
3 tenths up.
Absolutely love it. I think I said that like 3 or 4 times already, but this car is amazing. Highly recommend it on the iRacing service.
The curb avoidance didn't work.
Going a little bit wide, being greedy on the throttle, going into the final sequence of corners, getting the apex nicely.
Lost a lot of time being cautious there, but I had no idea where to brake.
And yeah, losing a bit of time being cautious. Going into the final corner, so easy to spin here. You can see the rear of the car moving around back to the power, understeering towards the outside curbing, using up all the road possible. And then
a little bit under the limit on the final corner as well, but it should be a 0.8.
Nice final corner.
What gives us a chance of pole position.
And can confirm that will be pole position here.
0.813.
With a 29.813 around VAR in the F1600.
Let's see if that is pole position.
Quite literally, I think only 5 laps of practice as well. And then jumping into the race starts. Lights out and away we go. We're going to be interacting with live chat here for a bit.
The mini wasn't in stop yet when we were doing F1 Esports.
And having a bit of banter, to be honest. Eating some M&Ms while driving.
Well, I didn't see them. Or at least, no, they definitely weren't in Sweden, though. We was in Sweden for F1 Esports.
And yeah, you can see how much more comfortable I am with this car, because I'm eating M&Ms, talking with chat, still able to drive on a good limit, whereas new cars like the F4, I have to lock in and focus. This car, I can really be at 1 and really enjoy it fully.
I mean, we only had a...
But yeah, basically going for the first lap, trying to break the slipstream to the car behind now.
3 tenths gap in quali. Well, it's decent, but that's the slipstream probably is more than that. So we need to work hard on these first laps to break the toe.
You can hear me saying trying to break the slipstream. The F1600, there isn't any downforce in these cars, so slipstream is very powerful below 8 tenths.
Then we can get a nice juicy bonus for that iRating.
Already speaking about that iRating bonus for winning.
Oh, that was a better line, that was.
And improving my racing lines already. But yeah, trying to break the slipstream underneath 8 tenths in this car. It's so easy to follow. So it's really important to strike early, break the toe, break the slipstream, and then try to get away from the race without having to fight too much through the final corner. That was really close to spinning. That was actually really, really close to spinning. Doesn't look it.
Doing great.
But as you unload the car going from the compression, it's so easy to lose the car there and lose the car fully.
Bounty is better. F1 fan?
No. And someone's saying that Bounty is better. And if people know me from F1 Sim Racing, they know that I don't like Bounty. It's the worst chocolate bar in my opinion. So,
yes, white flag. I really didn't want to do extra laps.
Moving on to the final lap of the race here, was able to build up 2.5 second gap.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, to be honest, just chilling, really enjoying driving this car on this race and able to have a nice situation to do no off tracks, gain some Irating as well.
Will you miss esports? Not really.
As we get a question about F1 esports in the live chat.
I mean, of course I will, but I'm satisfied when I stopped. How I stopped. Satisfied with my decision. I'm happier now. Really, there will be a point when they're racing that maybe I'll miss it, but until then, and even then, I think I'll be loving life.
So yeah, it was a really good question about F1 esports / F1 sim racing. And always, if you want to come in the chat, chill out, or a bit deep, and ask some questions, you're always more than welcome to. So now, as we're coming on to the final sequences on this F1600 race, just looking to bring the car home nice and clean, nice and calmly.
Yeah, I've been thinking about jumping on Le Mans, but like, Le Mans I should say, but the thing is, like I say, I'm only going to play it for like, like a month until F125 comes out. So I don't really know if it's worth me buying it or not.
So yeah, another good question about playing Le Mans Ultimate. If I should, let me know down in the comments. I've been thinking about it.
Anyway, lovely jubbly, across the line, lights a flag, no 1X's, completely clean race.
Lovely jubbly. But yeah, let me know down in the comments about Le Mans Ultimate. It's a game I'm very interested to be playing.
We will take that.
So do let me know if you're interested to watch it as well.
Oh, we're getting like 32. Okay, that's nice.
But able to gain 32 Irating in this race, up to 5,363 Irating. So getting closer to our goal.
We're undercommitted with that Apex.
Now for the final race of the video, back with the F1 F4 here at Snetterton 300, exactly the same car, exactly the same track as we did at the start of the video, and I'm very interested to see my progress on pace.
Very nice final corner.
Compared to earlier. Are we going to go faster?
That can already be in the 46s, that'd be nice.
I could say, yes we will. We're already 1 second faster.
It was a 46.4.
Then our qualifying lap, what happened literally an hour before in terms of recording time.
Probably pushing a bit hard. Turn 1.
So in literally just doing one qualifying session, one full race, doing an F1600 race, and coming back to the FIA F4 car at Snetterton, I found over a second per lap of pace now going through the middle section. You can see the car is way more hooked up than it was before.
Trying some different driving style in this lap to see if we can improve it.
And now getting to the point of being so comfortable to try new driving styles, new gears, new approaches to maximise pace.
Okay, the downshift to second, upshift to third is quite nice.
You can hear my live commentary that I'm already thinking how to improve, how to change the car, how to be better. A little bit wide of an apex there, into the right hand, and nice hit the apex, back on the power, lovely jubbly, sounds the pound, moving the car right to the outside of the track, into Williams, just lifting the throttle, back on the power, using up all the road on the exit, you can see right up against the gravel and the dirt. That was simply sweet.
This is quite a good lap.
And yeah, you can see 0.13 up on Delta.
Time to not choke it, right?
You can hear me say time to not choke it, because this could be pole position. This could mean starting at the front of the pack, into the right hander, back on the power, net neutral through there, didn't gain, didn't lose, through bomb hole, keeping it easily flat through there. One of my favourite corners coming up now. Hug the inside and just minimise tyre scrub, minimise the distance. Now look to be back at the brake, and now down to third gear into the apex. The car moving around a little bit, but was able to gain a little bit of time on the entry.
Net neutral for the final corner,
but lost it again on the exit. So net neutral.
Net improvement though.
What can we do? Is it going to be a 46.3? Yes, it will.
46.3.
Lovely jubbly, sound of the pound. Now getting the opportunity to practice start one more time.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Taking every advantage that we can
almost
take.
A second. That is a second faster than we went earlier, to be honest.
So now that is simply sweet, and we'll be on pole position as the lights are coming on here at Snetterton.
First pole position of the year, actually.
And me making a joke about first pole position of the year. Lights are going out now. Green, green, green.
Oh, we did mess it up.
And we got a fantastic start. Also, thanks to the practice start that we did. But there's already going to be carnage behind us.
They made it 200 meters before crashing.
and you can see they made it 200 meters before crashing, and it is spectacular on the race highlights after when we look at the replay. So be sure to stay tuned for that, because it did make me giggle. But yeah, going into more depth as well, going forward we will aim to have more overlays on the screen. I was running Racelab before, but it made some FPS issues, but I think I fixed those problems now. Thank you guys for your raid though. As you can see me thanking people supporting the stream, so I think I fixed those problems, so shouldn't have an issue.
Not gonna lie, GB, that was not the message I need to be reading going into the most difficult braking zone on the track.
And you can see GB68 is another F1.
But I loved it.
Content creator and lovely guy.
Of course you can.
Mainly on Twitch as well, so definitely go check him out if you're watching some F1 content. Lovely guy, and really highly recommend to watch his streams going forward.
What I'll do is I'll down the rest of this bag of M&Ms, have a Coca-Cola, and it will be absolutely like a rocket ship.
And you can see just having some banter in the race, enjoying life, enjoying, to be honest, Iracing, enjoying driving, probably more than ever for many, many, many years, and really
Not
just
gonna lie,
in a
I
good
did
place.
get scammed. Oh, Tom's in the TikTok stream as well. How you doing, Kooky? Are you back on your sim yet, my girl? It's crashing. Are you back on your sim? Yeah, it's crashing.
Almost crashing 2 times in 2 corners, just watching and interacting with the chat. We actually went really wide there before the video got cut, and now having a big snap of oversteer.
Holy smokes!
A big snap of oversteer. It doesn't look that big on the video, but touching the grass with a car that loaded could have ended in the wall.
It is time to focus up. I got off track for that.
You can hear me say it's time to focus up as we're going through the race.
Bit rude.
As you can see, P2 got the fastest lap, and I wasn't too happy about that.
And that lapper.
Also, this lapper. Dude! As the lapper
Pinned us to the inside of the track. What are you doing, sunshine? Okay, you blocked P2. It's fair play.
not ideal, but you know what? It's life.
It's even now.
And the thing is, there's a lot of people new to iRacing, because I think it's a D-Class series, so a lot of people new.
No, but the thing is, I just drove through a bollard, Jesus Christ. The thing is, though, he wasn't actually trying to hurt my race. He was just genuinely trying to get out of the way, I think. Like, I don't think he was defending. I just think, I think I need to hit this apex first. There we go. I just think he was a bit lost, actually, where I was. I think he was trying to get out the way, but didn't know where I was, basically.
Yeah, because he instantly defending him as well, because, yeah, I genuinely don't believe it was any malice by him. He was just doing his life.
Oh, thanks, Henley.
Thank you very much, man. That's a really nice message. Fastest lap! Yeah. As you can see, I was very happy about that fastest lap. We do love a bit of a fastest lap
that
down
was
here.
not ideal.
As now,
Pressure.
we're coming on to the final lap.
Pushing down on me. Pushing down on you. Probably 0.4. Oh! I swear, if he takes fastest lap, I'm not going to be happy.
And he took fastest lap from me. So all of my efforts to get the fastest lap, the bit of singing didn't
Honestly,
work. Not happy about that. Not happy. Not happy. Would have loved the fastest lap. You know what? To be honest, just having fun, enjoying life. Bit of grass cutting as well.
all or nothing to get the fastest lap back.
And absolutely sending it for the left-hander, going into the hairpin for the final lap of the race.
Oh, he actually might be in slipstream range. I actually might need to focus.
Nah, that'd be great. And he is closing up. But as I sort of talked about earlier,
Bit more grass.
next episode of this, episode 3 and onwards, we'll have overlays. I'm going to be looking back into it so you can see my brake, throttle, weather, anything
Throwing it in.
is relevant for the...
Oh my god, my screen froze. Literally, that was like 2 seconds doing nothing.
I forgot that happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
Man, this game hates me. And that was a big screen freeze. Funny enough, actually, I'm going to talk you through an explanation. I remember talking about it in live stream, so you're going to hear it in just a second.
And I only knew... Oh, P2 crashed anyway. Literally, I only knew where I was going because I could hear. Mate, I could only hear the curb strip, so I knew where I was because I knew I was on the curb. That's the only way I knew where I was. That was crazy. So yeah, the screen completely froze for me. Yeah, I was only able to know where I was going because I was listening to the curb strip audio, so that kept me on the track. So I was able to think on my feet and adapt to the situation to take the win here at Snap. A win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. Lovely jubbly. My legend. Now getting into the replay. Now that is content. That is proper content, to be fair. That is proper content. Up and over he goes, watching it 1 or 2 more times. Who was that? Oh, it's behind us. Ah! He's lost it by himself. Oh no, he hasn't lost it by himself. So Luke... So this guy's lifting. Luke hits the back of this guy. That guy now loses it on the grass. Hits Luke. And Luke is up and over. And race is done. Oh, he hits him again for good luck. That is hilarious. Unlucky for him. Unlucky for him. And one more hit for good luck. Round of applause. Round of applause indeed. That was good, that was. We're up 24 Irating. We'll take that. So yeah, the strength of field was quite low, but the top 3 were quite strong on this race, I think. Like, the top 3 were pretty strong. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And yeah, today I had quite a lot of technical issues while doing my audio recording, having to use 3 different actual softwares to record my voice for this video. So I want to re-clarify some things that maybe were not 100% clear in the video itself. I will be looking to use overlays going forward for episode 3 onwards, such as my brake, throttle, the weather overlays, and something to make the screen look a bit more pretty, to be honest, a bit more interesting as well. So with that being said, I will work hard on that to improve the quality going forward, and I really, really look forward to making the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you then. Grazie, ciao ciao, bye bye.